One of the benefits of using Photoshop is its ability to make targeted selections within an image. So for example, I can just select this water area here, or I could select this part of the bridge area here, or the columns. So we've got here a picture of the Forth Bridge, not the most inspiring, but it will serve really well to illustrate some of the tools and how you can use those tools to improve an image. So the first thing I'm going to do is just create a new layer, and I'm going to use the gradient tool just to change the tonality of the water. So if I come up to the gradient editor and just click on there, I get a little box that opens with different types of gradient, and the one I'm going to use on this occasion is the second gradient in, which is the foreground to transparent. So I'm just going to click OK, and then in order to make that gradient and place it where I want it, I just need to decide where I want to start the gradient. Click with my left mouse button, and just holding my left mouse button down, just drag my mouse or my trackpad up to where I want the gradient to end, and then I just release and it creates a gradient for me. So I'm just going to alter the tonality a little bit more, or the opacity of it, and if I take it down to around about the 60%, 59%, that's not looking too bad. So there's the image with no gradient, and then there's with the gradient. So as you can see, it's quite a change, it's quite dramatic, and it just provides a little bit more impact to the image. Okay, one of the other things that we can use within Photoshop, if we wanted to alter this turret here, if I come across to the quick selection tool, I can use this to make a quick selection. But one of the problems with this tool is it has a tendency to just kind of like jump, like it's just done there, and it's jumped off the brickwork and it's kind of like included the sky, which is what I don't want. So I'm just going to deselect that. I'm going to use a different tool called the pen tool, which will enable me to do exactly the same thing, but just with more sort of precise control. So I just make a marker point where I want to start my selection, and I just come along the edge and I just place little white squares just by clicking my left mouse button. Now I'm doing this really quickly, so it's not going to be really accurate, but at least it will give you an idea of what you can do. So once I've completed all those little white squares, I just right click on the last square, and then I just click make selection, and I can feather this edge as well if I want to, but on this occasion we're just going to leave it at 0, and there's my selection. So it's a little bit out obviously because I've done it really quickly, but with a bit of time and zooming in, you can really fine tune and control where you place those lines. So once I've made the selection, there are various things I could do. So I could make a new layer via a cut and a copy, but just to demonstrate what you can do, I'm just going to click on the make new adjustment layer, and I will just change the exposure on this occasion. So here's my exposure slider, and if I take it to the left it will just darken it, and to the right it will brighten up. So just two little tools that you can use within Photoshop, which probably get overlooked, but they're quite useful and you can create some quite interesting effects with them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.